you because we are not present. Our mind does not serve us well. Then lest for fear the man be chilled, she put the quilt over him. Now, why they want the man not to be chilled? Because when you are chilled, your body consumes again energy. He is weak, so he has to be warm so that the operation can be done successfully. Cold and pain together does not work together. Whenever you are in pain, you need warmth, physical warmth also, and mental warmth also. So she put the quilt on him. Sadao, she called softly. She is looking for Sadao. Where is he? He has gone away. He has gone to pick and get the equipments and everything ready. He had been about to come in when she called. So he was about to open the door and come in when she called him. His hand had been out on the door and now he opened it. So she was about to go out on the door and then Sadao entered. So it is like at the same time. She saw that he had brought in the surgeon's emergency bag and that he wore the surgeon's coat. He needs these equipments. Without that, he will not be able to do the work. But he would have been better served at the hospital. But can they take him to the hospital? No, they cannot because they don't have time. And of course, if they take him to the hospital, by that time he will die. He is in a critical situation. You have decided to operate, she cried. You made the decision to operate. Yes, he said shortly. He turned his back. She was not expecting this. Why? She was just expecting him to bring the guy inside, let him die, and then call the police. But this guy has decided that he will operate. Yes, he said shortly. He did not explain because there was no time to explain. Shortly over here, no time to explain. Why? Because the person is injured. He turned his back to her and unfolded a sterilized towel. What is a sterilized towel? Clean towel, again put in hot water or some kind of antiseptic. You may want to call it Dettol or Savlon. That is what we use in India. Sterilized towel upon the floor of the Tokonama alcove. Tokonama alcove, you will read at the bottom, it is a recess. It is like this place where you keep flowers and a recess outside the window. That is the alcove, a recess. So he put his instruments there, like you put your pens and everything over there. He put his instruments there out upon it. Fetch towels, he said. Now he's commanding Hannah to get more towels because he will need them for the surgery. She went obediently, of course, because she is very dedicated and loyal to Sadao. She will not question. She went obediently, but how anxious now? She was very anxious. Because what will happen? She's thinking about the small baby, Sadao's reputation and all of that. To the linen shelves and took out the towels. She took out the towels. There ought also to be old pieces of matting so that the blood would not ruin the fine floor covering. So we had discussed that when you go to this children's area, you find matting nowadays. And when they bring new ones, they put the old ones away. Sometimes they keep it extra so that when there is cleaning work to do, they will use that and then clean the floor. So these people also had some extra old matting. So she went out and they want to replace the new matting with the old matting. Why? Because anyways, whatever matting is being used, it is going to get damaged by the blood or by the equipment or by the surgery. So they did not want to spoil the old matting. So matting are different pieces you can pull out and you can bring in the old and put it back. There ought also to be old pieces of matting so that the blood would not ruin the fine floor covering. She went out back to the back veranda where the gardener kept strips of matting with which to protect delicate shrubs on cold nights and took an armful of them. So they used this old matting around the flowers, around the plants to give them warmth. And they were lying there. So she brought in the old matting and now what she'll do is most probably remove the new matting and put the old matting because anyways that is damaged. If blood goes in it and whatever, they can just discard it because it is not useful. But when she went back into the room, she saw this was useless. She took initiative. Over here, women take initiative like this. They want to preserve. Men don't care. But men also need to care. They don't care about the silly important things, and that is why they suffer more. Men in these days need to care. She cared. She thought, let me save the new matting, let me get the old matting. But by that time, the new matting was already damaged with the blood of the person. So that is why she saw this was useless. Why it was useless? Because it was already covered in blood, sweat, tears, whatever, dirt. The blood had already soaked through the packing in the man's wound and had ruined the mat under him. So it was useless. Oh, the mat, she cried. See, women, they care, take care. You will not take care of your books or whatever. You will not cry over things like this, but you need to. They are important. Yes, it is ruined, Sadao replied. He did not explain. He does not have time. As though he did not care. Why he did not care? Because he did not have time. There is no time. Help me to turn him, he commanded her. Help me to turn him. Where the wound is, right? He is flat. She obeyed him without a word. See, obeyed. Why do you see all of this? We need to, when we have to write the character sketch of Hannah, we have to say she is very loyal. She is like the perfect partner for Sadao. Not that Sadao commands her for, wrong things. Over here, he is doing the things and Hannah is obeying. Yes, it is ruined, Sadao replied, as though he did not care. Help me turn him, he commanded her. She obeyed him without a word, and he began to wash the man's back carefully. The front was washed, the face was washed by Hannah, and now the back is being washed by Sadao. Yumi would not wash him, she said. Who is she over here? Hannah. Did you wash him then? Sadao asked, not stopping for a moment. His swift, concise movements. See, he is a doctor. If a student is given problems and if he has studied them, he will not wait for the time. He will just start solving unless the time has not started yet. Doctors are like that. They have things to do. They don't wait. They just start. So he started the swift movements. What are these swift movements? Trying to figure out the wound. Figure out whether the bullet is there or not. Yes, she said. I did it. What did she do? She cleaned the enemy or the POV. He did not seem to hear her. He is not hearing her even when she said, I did it. Why? He got engrossed. And that is what we are not. We should be engrossed over here when the teacher is teaching. But we are digressed. When we don't have to look outside, we look outside. I mean, we have to look outside, we don't look outside. That is our problem. We don't get engrossed in the work that we need to do. Our mind is always jumping from one place to the other. He got engrossed. Why? Because he likes the work and that is his profession. Remember, Geoff was engrossed when he was playing with the motorcycle particle. This is the quality of men. But I don't have men in my class. He did not seem to hear her, but she was used to his absorption. See, she knew that when he gets work, he gets absorbed. And when he's free, he will spend time. But when he's absorbed, he's absorbed. This is a quality. When he was at work, she wondered for a moment if it mattered to him. Whether this thing mattered to him. What was the body upon which he worked? So long as it was for the work he did so excellently. So now this is not very clear. She's thinking, does he care for this person? Or does he care for all his patients? Or because he is a doctor, a body is given to him, So he works on him. Mostly, I told you day before yesterday, people work for rewards. Rewards are automatic for the work you do. But those who work for rewards always suffer. So it seems to here, he's not working for any reward. He just purely enjoys what he is doing. So he would care for the person or not care for the person, but he is so good at what he does, he gets absorbed. So Hannah is thinking whether he cares for this person, what is this body to him? And it is not very clear. What is his body to him? Nothing. It's just something that he has skill to repair. He's been gifted. He has learned this art, so he will help the person survive if he can. You will have to give the anesthetic if he needs, he said. Anesthetic is anesthesia, some kind of sleeping medicine. Now, if you don't give a sleeping medicine to a person in pain while you are performing the surgery, even though he is unconscious, he will move. And if he moves while you are using knife, what will happen? It will cut the wrong place. So generally, anesthetic is given or anesthesia is given. It's a very common thing. But in the earlier days, that is why we are happy. Modern medicine. Earlier days, people had to go to surgery without anesthesia. They were awake and alive and had to get the cuts on their body. Modern medicine has spoiled us. We don't want to take any kind of pains in our lives, and that is our biggest problem. You will get pains no matter what. Coming back to the point. She repeated blankly, but never have I. How will I be able to do it? It is easy enough, he is teaching her. He said impatiently. Why is he impatient? You will be able to do it, I am with you, don't worry. And plus, he has to do the surgery, he is impatient. He needs help, but Hannah is not the right help. He needs to go to the hospital, so there are nurses, other assistant doctors, other people to help him. But here, there is nobody to help him. Aman, you are here. He was taking out the packaging now. What was the packaging? CMOS or whatever, algae, whatever was packed. And the blood began to flow more quickly. Remember, he is so good at it that he put the algae on his body and the blood had stopped. Nicely, he had covered the wound, and blood loss is a bad thing. But now he has to remove it so that he can figure out what is to be done, even if he has to sue the person. So he removed that. He was taking out the packaging now, and the blood began to flow more quickly. The blood began to flow more quickly because the wound was open. He peered into the wound. Peered means looked into the wound. And he's looking a surgeon's light over here. If you look at his head, it seems to you like it is a throne or a helmet, but it is not. It is a surgeon's light. So you put it over here so your hands are free to do the surgery. You can look right there. Sometimes these dentists use it, and if the modern table is there, you can just move the light anywhere you want. But here he is at home, so he is wearing a surgeon's light, so he can look directly at the wound properly. Plus it is night. He peered into the wound with the bright surgeon's light fastened on his forehead. Why? So that his hands are free, hands free. That is why we use the Bluetooth for the modern days. And keep listening to stupid thing all day long, and then that stupid thing damages your brain. With the bright surgeon's light fastened on his forehead, the bullet is still there. He found the bullet. So we can see the image. The bullet is still there. He said with cool interest. Why is he cool? He's got work to do. And this work is interesting. Cool. Wow, I can do something. There's something that I can do. Now I wonder how deep this rock wound is. Remember the gardener, he had said the bullet should have killed him. Then the rocks. And then he should have died, but now master will save him. So master will bring himself into trouble. You remember? If it is not too deep, maybe that I can get the bullet. If it has gone too deep, it will be very hard to pull the bullet. Now bullet, as long as is there, he is going to die. But if the bullet is removed, there is a chance that he might get saved. But the bleeding is not superficial. Superficial here means on the top. The bleeding, it has damaged a lot of things inside, and it is deep. So he is hurt. In short, he is hurt very badly. He is hurt very badly. He has lost much blood, and then when you have blood loss, you die. Simple as that. If you have a lot of blood loss, you die. And we see the wound over here is trying to repair. Hannah is here, and she's putting her hand on the mouth. At this moment, Hannah choked. Why did she choke? She could not see the wound. Choked over here means it feels like she is going to vomit, because sometimes when you are not able to see blood and everything, you like kind of feel nausea. He looked up and saw her face, the color of sulfur. Or the color of sulfur over here could mean like van pale, anxious, in agony. Don't faint, he said sharply. He did not put down his exploring instrument. Why did he not put down? Again, same thing. He did not have time. You cannot put down your exploring instrument. Now, explore means to figure out, to find. What is he trying to find? The bullet. So it is like, a tongue or something where he is trying to figure out where the bullet is. Can he use a sharp object to figure these things out? No, he will get more hurt. So exploring instruments are not sharp. But you have to understand English medium. What could be an exploring instrument? Not a very sharp instrument. Something like a tongue. If I stop now, the man will surely die. She clapped her hands to her mouth and leaped and ran out of the room. Why? What is happening to her? She is feeling nausea. She is feeling like vomiting. She has seen the wound and the blood, and she cannot manage to see all of this. And she feels like vomiting. So she went out. Otherwise, she would have vomited in the room. Outside in the garden, he heard her retching. Retching here means vomiting. She went out and vomited. But he went on with his work. See, if it was a normal day and Hannah would have been sick, what would Sadao do? Immediately go out. Call the servants. Give her help. Get her water. Yes or no? But right now he cannot spend that time. So he left Hannah alone. And do you think he is going to like this? No, he is not liking it. But he will have to continue doing what he has to do. Do teachers like getting angry on you every single day? Same thing every day. क्या करेंगे? रोज एक की एक बात बोलनी पड़ेगी तो क्या करेंगे? पागल नहीं हो जाएंगे? It will be better for her to empty her stomach. He's thinking. This is his thinking. He's thinking in his head because he cannot do anything. Yes or no? He thought. He had forgotten that, of course, she had never seen an operation. He had forgotten that she had never seen an operation. If a person sees operation and if he is not strong, especially women, they'll fall down. There are men also like that, who can't even see a frog and they want to become doctors. Forget about it. They can't do like, you can't look at human beings. Or you can learn. But you have to be strong. It's not for the weak. Anything in the world. He had forgotten that, of course, she had never seen an operation, but her distress and inability to go to her at once made him impatient. He was unable to go and see her. Why? Because he has no time. If he wastes time, then this person might die. So he might be thinking, Who is more important? Hannah is more important or enemy is more important? Let him die. See, double thoughts. A person will get that because a family member is suffering. At her, at once made him impatient and irritable. He got irritated. Why? Because he could not go and help Hannah. With the man who lay dead under his knife. Dead under his knife means he has an equipment with which he will be able to help him. But otherwise, he is dead. So, he can be responsible for saving this man's life, or because of him, this man could also die. Everything is in his hands right now. So, if he gets angry and he just leaves him, can he do that? He can do that. A normal person can do that. But we know that Sadao is made of different soil, or as to say character, and he might not do that. This man, he thought, there is no reason under the heaven why he should live. Why is he getting these thoughts now? Simple. He is caught in between his duties. One is him, his duties toward Hannah, and other is as a doctor. Unconsciously, this thought made him ruthless, less concerned. You should be caring, but he became ruthless because he's also getting angry. He should have helped Hannah, but he has to help this person. And he proceeded swiftly. He went in speed to do the surgery or to remove the bullet. In his dream or in his unconscious state of whatever, the man moaned, but Sadao paid no attention except to mutter at him. Stay steady, stay steady. I'm helping you. What is that? What is that mutter? Stay steady, stay steady. I'm helping you. Don't move. You want to live or you want to die? That is all the mutter that the doctors do. Does the man hear all of this? No, but he has to do this mutter. So, write what is the mutter. This is not your paneer mutter masala, which you think about all day. This is the mutter. Groan, he muttered. Shout, he muttered. Groan, if you like. I'm not doing this for my own pleasure. If it is pain for me. I want to help Hannah, but I can't help her. I do not know why am I doing it. But we know why he is doing it. Character. Humanity. Service as a doctor. And we'll stop here for today.